So it's that time of day again. The dice gods have decided we're worthy of a brand new Final Stand map. This time on the CTE server rotation, we're taking a look at Hangar 21. Now yesterday was Giants of Corellia, the day before Operation Whiteout, which means tomorrow, the final day, sad face, and the final map is of course Hammerhead. Now Hangar 21 so far is a map I've had mixed reactions with. In fact, if you do follow me on Twitter, you've probably seen after my first 2 or 3 games, I put out a tweet saying, well, this map isn't too fun. But then about 5 minutes later I tweeted again saying, actually I probably spoke too soon, fighting in and around the Titan base inside the hill is actually a lot of fun. Now this map feels like 2 separate maps. Now this may be something you've already heard Jack Frag say, and he did say he would hear a lot of other YouTubers saying it over the next few days, because it really does feel like 2 separate maps. You have this huge outdoor space, you can see him in here, which is easily as big or even bigger than some of the outdoor maps we already have. And then you have a huge complex indoor base inside the mountain, which again is the same size if not bigger than other maps we already have in the game, and they feel so different, and their sheer size means they probably could easily be 2 separate maps. Now again in CTE we currently can only play Conquest Large, with the American team starting at the bottom of the hill and the Russian team starting at the top of the hill, just to the left of the Titan base. Now as the Americans trying to storm up this hill can prove very difficult, in my first 2 or 3 games that I wasn't enjoying, most of that gameplay took place outside. And if you're trying to move up through those rocks, you can get shot from a lot of different directions, so it can prove very frustrating. But if you do manage to persist and push up and try and capture those 2 flags in the base, it can be a lot of fun. Of course, you can use the rocket pods to try and launch yourself there, as you saw at the start of the video, and once you get inside that area, it can prove very difficult for the enemy team to recapture those flags. As you'll see in this gameplay, myself and my team now push into this area, capture the flags, and then actually hold them for the rest of the game. Now once you get inside the Titan base, as you can see the Titan there in front of me, this area of the map is massively impressive. The level of detail is pretty cool. As I said, this area alone could be an entirely separate standalone map. Not only are there multiple different heights and levels and staircases and flanking routes, you can climb all over the Titan on the top, you can go on the ramps and the ladders on the side. There's lots of different heights. As you can see, the sheer height of this area alone is pretty impressive, but there's actually another floor underneath the Titan, which actually now and again has all this fire pouring out the front of, which you saw at the start of the video. So the level of detail and little extras on this area is very, very cool. We can probably safely assume that domination and team deathmatch and more infantry focused game modes will take place inside this area, and if so, I'm going to say hands down now, this could probably be one of the best domination and team deathmatch maps, because the level of detail and just everything, the areas you can go to, it just felt very, very cool. And whilst you probably could get shot from a lot of different angles, the flow of this area in this game mode particularly did work really well. Now I have to say, this map is actually really impressing me, as you can probably tell by how many compliments I'm giving it so far, but I think the main reason for that is I just wasn't really expecting it. As I said, this is a map I wasn't too excited for, but once I've been inside this area now, I'm going to say hands down this is probably going to be the best map in Final Stand. Now if you are an infantry focused player like myself, I would still give this a try if you do have access to CTE. Don't just shun it off straight away like I nearly did when I was playing in the outdoor area. Try and get up around the 2 flags on the inside, and as you can see, the firefights around here are pretty intense, but they're also pretty interesting because of the different heights and areas you can get to. So I would definitely recommend trying to hang around this area and have some fights in this area if you are an infantry focused player. Now this map has probably got to be the biggest homage to 2142 that we will see in Final Stand. Not only do we have this huge Titan in the center hangar, which of course was part of the game type Titan mode, which was later recreated in Battlefield 4 as Carrier Assault, but we also have the jet pods which can launch you around the map being brought back as well. Now I have to say, so far those are a lot of fun. Whilst they don't prove a lot of use apart from maybe moving from one flag to another very quickly, they are pretty fun to be able to parachute down and try and get yourself into some pretty high positions. Now so far I have seen a lot of people complaining about the Final Stand maps. They're saying, why is DICE bringing in all this futuristic stuff? This isn't true realistic Battlefield, why are they doing this to this game? But I have to say, so far I am enjoying it, because recently the same people were complaining that this game's getting a little bit stale, the DLCs are a little bit stale, so why not try and turn it up a little bit, change it around, bring in something very, very different, something we really didn't expect, and does bring a new level of fun to the game. So I'm all for all of this cool futuristic stuff. If it just improves and makes the game more fun, then why not? I can understand some people saying this isn't the kind of game they bought into initially. Of course, we never knew when Battlefield 4 first came out we were going to see hover tanks, but it doesn't ruin that same experience. You can still go back to your classic military style maps, but if you do want to fly around in a jet or in a hover tank, then you can come on Final Stand. So I think just adding these new things to the game only makes the game better. So tell me all your thoughts and opinions on this DLC so far down in the comment section below, and of course if you did enjoy this video, a like is massively appreciated. It really does help me out. But in the meantime guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.